Hello again, everybody. It's another week, another new comic book haul video to share with everybody. This was another pretty sizable week. I wound up picking up a few more books from last week, and a few sort of try 'em out books. Or actually, one book was a series I'm trying to get into. I just need to try to get all the issues so I can actually read it. So not all these books are going to be going up on the wall. And also I'm going to have something else to share with everybody today. Since it's a new month, I changed around some of my prints as well as the posters up in my room. So when we're done with this, I'll go through those real quick. So first up is going to be Avengers number 22. This is the Challenge of the Ghost Riders Part 1. I do not read Avengers. I'm not a fan of this Robbie Reyes Ghost Driver character. But I am a fan of Ghost Rider, and if it's Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze, I'm gonna at least look at it. And this cover here actually is pretty cool with Blaze sitting on the throne of hell. Although I never understood why they started giving the John Blaze Ghost Rider a chain, because he's never had a chain. That's a Dan Ketch Ghost Rider thing. But I guess when that movie came out years ago, and they kind of mixed the two characters up, Marvel decided, well, it doesn't matter anymore. We'll just make it look like the movies or something. I don't know. Anyway, that aside. So this is the first issue of the actual story. There were some lead-ins with, let's see here. I think there was a previous issue of Avengers where the Robbie Reyes character met with Blaze in Hell. And Guardians of the Galaxy, when the Cosmic Ghost Rider was quote-unquote killed, he ended up in Hell and wound up face to face with Blaze there. So Blaze is doing something with these different versions of Ghost Rider, or in Reyes' case, Ghost Driver. I always refer to him as Ghost Driver because he drives a car. He doesn't ride a motorcycle. And he's not one of my favorite characters. I'm an old schooler, but if you like the character, that's awesome. You know, I can kind of understand why. But after reading this, my first actual book with the character in it, I don't know, he's just annoying for me. So, not my kind of a character, but, you know, that doesn't mean that he's a bad character. He's just not for me. But if you're a fan of any kind of the Ghost Rider characters, this is definitely a book to check out. It's a really interesting read. A few things that didn't make any sense to me. Blade has this small man thing looking creature that's on his shoulder. I have no idea what that's about. And there's one panel with Thor. It's a sideways panel where he's holding his metal arm out, holding his hammer, and there's another character that's sort of blocking part of his arm, and the arm doesn't look right. It's like they drew his fist to be bigger than his head, so it's some issues there. But I'm sure longtime fans of the Robbie Reyes character are going to be interested in seeing the developments that's going on here. Apparently, he doesn't want to be a Ghost Driver anymore. He wants to be free of it. Something to do with the car is cursed and has a personality or something. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Hopefully they'll explain a little bit more about it, so like somebody like me who's never followed the character can understand a little bit more about what's going on with him. But it was definitely a good read. I'm very curious to see where this goes. Next up, Batman: Curse of the White Knight. Azrael Book 1. This is part of the DC Black Label. Now, this is not a book that I bought. My LCS does these raffles every week, where if you purchase certain books, any first issue, and then they have a selection of about 10 books that are eligible for the raffle. For each book that you buy that's eligible, you get a raffle ticket, and they give away up to, I believe, 12 books, either current week variant covers and a couple of previous week variant covers. And you can put your name on a ticket, drop it in the box, whatever one you want to try to win. And sometimes I win, usually I don't. This is one that I did win. I was actually kind of curious about the book. I haven't gotten around to reading it, but I'm going to. I do absolutely love this cover, though. It's a very, very, just very epic cover. And then finally, the book that I've been waiting for, I think Marvel announced this like 4 years ago, and finally it came out. Death's Head #1. And of course, this week I'm sort of showing off my Death's Head trades. Volume 1 and Volume 2. I got these off of eBay. This one here was actually from a library in England. So it's a decommissioned library book, so that's pretty cool. But anyway, Death's Head, written by Tini Howard. I'm not at all familiar with Tini Howard. The artist on this book is, I don't know how to pronounce that, Kei Zama. Apparently is somebody who has worked on Transformers before, and you can kind of tell she's very good, or he's very good at drawing sort of the mech style for Death's Head. The writing, it's not bad. Tinny, I'm going to assume Tinny is a female, so I'm going to say she understands the character Death's Head, but overuses his sort of catchphrase of saying yes at the end of some sentences. She almost has him say it too many times. We're also missing. Sometimes he says a, and sometimes he says right. That's not in there at all. Little things like that. But we got 4 issues. There's no telling where this is going to go. I'm buying this book for Death's Head. I know there's a couple of other characters in here from formerly from the Young Avengers. I'm not at all familiar with them. Not at all interested in them. I still don't understand what their function is for the story, other than apparently she likes the characters and decided to shoehorn them into the story. Fortunately, they're not too much of a distraction. Death's Head is the focus, as he should be, and we got what I picked up this week was the main cover, which is actually pretty cool. You see there's some little Easter eggs in the cover here. A reference to Simon Furman, Brian Hitch. There's a dude there that has a tattoo of Death's Head 2 on the back of his hand. So there's some pretty cool things there. But I also picked up the connecting variant cover. Hopefully I'll be able to get the rest of them. If not, I guess it's going to be eBay time for them. But I love seeing that logo on the top of a book again. That is so awesome. I'm glad they did not change his logo at all. Picked up Junior High Horrors number 6. This is the Howling variant, or Howling homage cover. This is the book that I picked up because I'm trying to get them all. It seems like a really interesting idea of the horror characters that we know being in high school. I am missing issues 1, 4, and 5, I think, but I'm working on it. As soon as I get them all, I'm going to check them out, and hopefully I'll be really as impressed with the series as everybody else is. Marvel Comics Presents number 7. After the overhype of the previous issue 6 with the whole Wolverine's daughter thing, this one really nobody seems to be interested in it. And honestly, outside of the Wolverine story, which is kind of odd for me to say because the Wolverine story was okay, but not my favorite part of the book. But right now, in this issue, it's the best story in there. The Iron Man and the Winter Soldier stories really didn't do it for me, but my understanding is we've got 2 more issues of this series, and it's coming to an end. So I guess issue 9 is the final issue for the series. It's kind of disappointing because I really liked having Marvel Comics Presents back. I was hoping that once the Wolverine story wrapped up, that we would get another character to take his place, and they would just showcase more of the Marvel characters. I was hoping that they would use this series to showcase the lesser known or lesser used characters, and also give a chance for some young and up and coming talents, writers and artists to try to tell a story within the Marvel universe. But it's not what they did. It's coming to an end. Had one issue that made huge waves, and we move on. Power Rangers variant cover. This is another connecting cover that's going to tell a story in of itself. So I figured, what the heck, why not grab it? Stranger Things 6, number 3 of 4. If you're a Stranger Things fan, I am. You should really get into these books. The previous one focused on the kid that got taken to the Upside Down. It was the first season from his perspective. This one focuses on people that were in the program that 11 was in, and I think this might even predate 11. I'm not sure. She really hasn't been directly referenced in the story yet, but good fun. The True Believers I grabbed this week. Carnage Mind Bomb. I do have the original for this, but it has a gimmick cover for it. It's kind of cool to see this without the gimmick cover. And Planet of the Symbiotes. This one here, I started reading this. I thought for sure I had this book. I actually have the trade paperback for Planet of the Symbiotes. So I think I got it through the Marvelous box through the M6B. This is the X-Men number 137 Facsimile Edition. This is one of those covers I always liked. Not much of an X-Men fan, as most people know, but I do recognize a sweet-looking cover when I see it. And this was always a sweet-looking cover. Zombie Tramp 62. Again, I'm going to try to go through the rest of these really quick. There's only this is the last one, actually. It's still okay. It seems to be getting more and more boring, I guess you could say. I'm losing interest in this. I was going to hopefully originally I was going to stick through it through issue 100, but then it became issue 75, and now I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick with this series. And this is the one that's going to be going up in one of the places. As you know, I have 12 spots on my wall. Not all these books are going to go up there. This is going to fill one of the gaps. Sensational She-Hulk #2. Again, I've finally got all 60 issues of this run, and I am going to read the entire run because I have it, I've wanted to, and I'm finally going to do it. Second issue, we have the I can't remember what they were called. They were these weird like headsmen or something like that. For some reason, they want She-Hulk. They're trying to test her strength and her viability for something. You do find out at the end of this issue what it's for. They need her body, not her head, and it's going to be really interesting to see where this goes. But you know, again, she's already breaking the fourth wall. She did it in the first issue. She's doing it in the second issue. She actually, inside the story, she references this cover, which is kind of cool. So that's all the books that I got this week. We're going to go ahead and put them up on the wall. In the meantime, I'm going to show you my posters. Alright, so sorry about the glare, but this is the first poster that I put up. Actually, this one I've never had up before. I've had this for a long time, never put it up. It's Amazing Spider-Man with a Spider-Woman character. Her name escapes me right now. I know it, but it's one of those things that escapes my my memory right now. Next to that, my Unbelievable Gwenpool poster. Know a lot of people weren't too big on the character, but I really enjoyed her. She was a lot of fun. Despite some of the things with the editor and some of the stuff that was going on behind the scenes, the character was a lot of fun. Her last issue, very disappointed, but she's got a new miniseries coming up in a month or two, and I'm very much looking forward to it. And again, sorry about the glare, but on the back of my door, I have actually an interior door and exterior door. This door goes to the outside. I have a little porch out there, but I put my Thanos of Titan poster up. I think I put this up when I first got it about a year or so ago. And figured it was time to put it back up. See if I can get, you can see me in the background there. But yeah, sorry about the glare, but that's a pretty sweet poster. And the last poster I put up was one of my all-time favorites. This is one that I got this from Detroit Fan Fair. It was on the freebie table, promoting an upcoming storyline for Ferris, which is part of the Fables series, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I absolutely loved Fables. It was a great read. Went through from beginning to end on that one. But finally put my Rapunzel poster up. It looks great. Still looks amazing. And got a few prints right there as well. Some good stuff. And wrapping it up, here are the new prints that I put up. We got Superior Foes of Spider-Man. This was a fun book. If you're looking for something that's just a good, fun read, Superior Foes of Spider-Man is it. And this one here, they're kind of poking fun at some of Spider-Man's other villains. There's the Adam Hughes Lady Death print that I got from the last Kickstarter. A enlarged replica of Ghost Rider Volume 1, #1. And one of my most prized prints, signed by Al Feldstein, EC Comics. I think it was a cover of Tales from the Crypt print. And I had the pleasure of meeting him not once but twice. He was a good guy. Very nice. Very fun to talk to. So here are the books that I grabbed. I'm putting up. So a good week. Some stuff like Avengers I'm grabbing because it's Ghost Rider, and Marvel has a Ghost Rider thing coming out in October where they're bringing back Dan Ketch's Ghost Rider. So I'm curious. I am really honestly curious as to what they're going to do with Robbie Reyes. If he's going to remain a Ghost Driver or if he's going to kind of segue into something else. I'm sure they could figure out something else to do with the character if they don't want all these different flaming skulled characters running around the Marvel Universe. But Death's Head was arguably, without a doubt, my favorite book this week. It's a series, like I said, I've been waiting for this. They announced that they're going to do something with the character 4 years ago. He made a few random appearances recently, and now he's finally got his own mini-series. And I was a little concerned about the writer, but like I said, a few minor things, very, very minor things. Really, nothing that's going to kill my interest in the book at all. But it seems like Marvel finally has a writer who understands the character and an artist who knows how to draw him. So I would love for that to become, something more. Maybe another miniseries, maybe an ongoing series or something. But if they do and they have that creative team on it, I'm on board. Once again, and as I always like to say, and wrapping this up at the 15-minute mark, is always check out something new. Like I said, Avengers. I don't read Avengers, but there's a character that I do like, so I'm gonna check it out, see where it goes. Always go to your comic book shop. If you're wanting to try something different, ask the owners there. Ask the people who work there, who know you and know your likes and know your tastes, and maybe they can recommend something for you. In best case scenario, you get something new to check out. Worst case scenario, you move on to something else. And always check out those back issue bins too, because there's some really good books in the back issues. I mean, Sensational She-Hulk is a back issue book. It's so much fun. Death's Head. There seems like in the recent years they've been fewer and far between, but you can find Death's Head, especially that first issue of his first 10-issue series. That was a good read. That's probably what I would say is recommended reading for Death's Head. It really gives you what you need to know about him. So, but anyway, there we go. Sorry about the delay on this. I wound up having to work 9 hours yesterday. Got to work 9 hours today. So I was busy. Wasn't able to get the video up. So I'm gonna do this, doing this today. So like, subscribe, share, and definitely comment below. I love getting in conversations with people about comic books, even if we don't agree. If you don't agree with my assessment of Robbie Raz, let's have a conversation about it. We don't need to get mean. Don't need to get belligerent about it. We can have a conversation. We're comic book fans. We're all part of the same comic book family. We need to be able to go back to having these slight disagreements and being civil about it. That's what I want to get back to. So, hashtag Team Comics. We're all in the same boat. We need to stop the negativity. We need to stop being so hostile towards each other. Let's just get back to having fun. All right. So I will see you guys on Sunday with a brand new Signature Sunday video. See ya.